The Coaches Show is brought to you by Highway 55, Burgers, Shakes, and Fries, Nunboys.com, and GPS Photography and Video, GPSPhotoandVideo.com. Welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm Glenn Young alongside Quame Patterson, head men's basketball coach. How you doing, Coach?
Good, I'm great.
Having a great season so far.
So far.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Highway 55, Burgers, Shakes, and Fries, Nunboys.com, T-shirts, marketing, advertising, GPS Photography and Video, GPSPhotoandVideo.com. Coach, where's my beat? From last week to now, you're doing pretty well. 3-0.
Off to a good start, yeah.
Kicked off with 71st, beat them by 2. Then you went out to Pine Forest and you won by 1. Yeah. With those 2 games, did you see something different in your team? What did that show you?
Show them that they're a young team, but they still have fight in them. Stuff that that went the other way for us last year, going in the right direction for us this year.
Whether it's calls or whether it's just getting the ball or turnovers?
Well, it was just making the right play at the end. Because I think last year we had a 3-game spurt where we lost at the buzzer.
Wow.
And this year it's 2 games in a row.
Those close games you're winning.
Right.
Who's been your top scorer so far in the first 2 games?
Well, it's been a different guy each time.
Really?
The first night was Wesley Baldwin.
One of the captains.
Yes, one of the captains. And then the next night was Silas Love, I believe.
Okay.
And then last night was Dakota Cummings.
Wow. So everybody's contributing. So you're not really singling one guy out, but I mean, you got some special players out there as well. I mean, it's almost turning into somewhat of a highlight reel, you know. Not too many dunks. Going into last night, it was nip and tuck, seemed like the first quarter, but then you guys just sort of, I won't say blew them out, but just took control of the game and never looked back.
Right. I think my guys got a little overzealous, looking at social media and looking at scores and saying, this team's not very good, let's just go out and do whatever we want. And they caught us in the first quarter.
Really? So do you find that the Fayetteville teams, you're not going to sneak up on anybody, but you got to say, everybody's like, wow, they're pretty good.
No, it's definitely the Fayetteville teams are very talented. They've always been, but I think our conference is very tough.
Yeah.
With the likes of Wilmington and Richmond and Pinecrest, people think that we're pushovers, but we're showing that the Fayetteville teams that we're not.
So the out-of-conference play, you can't. What do you take from it? You don't want to get the big head and say, "Hey, we're playing pretty well because of our tough conference." But at the same time, we look pretty good in spots.
We do, but unfortunately, people see the hope and they either want to play you or don't want to play. You know, so we get the best of Cumberland County. We don't get like the lower end teams, I would say.
Well, Southview, they were hanging in for a minute, but was a good home opener. Now, did you practice today? Did you talk to the team today?
No, I had a lot of guys who went away last night and
got out of it for Thanksgiving.
Right, for the break, and we're going to go through some walkthrough before Friday's game.
Okay. Now Friday we're heading down to Wilmington.
Yes, sir.
And that's like a holiday tournament, or?
No, it's like a showcase, Michael Jordan showcase jamboree hoop fest. It's called like the holiday hoop feast or something.
Okay. So each team draws who they're going to play, or is it already set schedule?
It's already set. Okay. And we'll play 22 Flight Academy.
Wow. Now where are they from?
All over.
So like a traveling team, or just?
Yeah, I think they're out of Georgia maybe, but they have a lot of guys from Georgia and Florida on their team. I think their smallest guy is probably 5'8", and then the next shortest guy is about 6'4". They have 3 6'10" guys.
Would you call them like an AAU travel squad?
No, they're like one of the private school types, like Word of God or out of Raleigh, but at a different level.
3 games in the book. None of you guys have really been in foul trouble, so you're keeping that down. Chemistry seems to be building.
Definitely.
And everybody's starting to get excited as you get this thing rolling. Now, when will you open conference?
Not until late January.
Okay. Late January. Of course, December 3rd, 71st travels into here.
Oh,
so you don't want to miss that.
It's going to be a tight one. Get here early. Okay.
Yeah, it was a crowd out there last night. Parking is tough, but it was good to see the support. I mean, the superintendent is there.
Oh, yeah.
I saw East Hope Middle School principal was there.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's really excited about this.
Sandy Grove coaches were out there watching
you know, have any of the middle school coaches said, hey, is there anything that we can do or you can do for them to come down and talk to those guys? Do you have a chance in the season where you been to talk to them?
I've talked to a couple, and we're planning on making some stuff, some arrangements that we're going to set it up as their team gets featured one game, one home game, and gets to come to the game, be in the locker room, be with the guys and girls and stuff.
Obviously. Coach, talk to me about your roster. I mean, you got, it's not, Max Prep says you for 13 guys, but it's actually 12.
Right.
Tell me about your 3 captains.
Okay, Wesley Baldwin, he's been playing with me since he was a sophomore.
Wow.
Great kid, great leader. He's a senior.
Know his family.
Yeah, and then Darius Capers, who's also been playing with me since he was a sophomore.
Right.
Those guys are really the backbone of us. And Dakota Cummings, who came in as a sophomore last year, is now a junior.
Right.
Who's was showing signs of a leader, as a freshman I saw, and then that's got him on the varsity team as a 10th
Wow,
grader.
as a 10th grader.
Yes.
I mean, good leadership exposed by those guys, but when you look at high school rosters, not too many kids that are freshmen are starting, let alone getting any much playing time. But this kid, Elijah Harris, would you term him as special?
Yes, I'd say so. Okay. Only because for the fact that I've never had a guy come in as a freshman right away and play. Usually they'll wait till Christmas or January, then I move them up. Right. He came in right away, ready to go.
Wow. 5'7", 140 pounds. I mean, good ball handler as well.
Yes, very good ball handler. Tough, smart. He's heady. Can shoot the 3. Good kid. He's smart. So
if you had to name a standout so far in your top 5, who's been that guy?
I would say the biggest surprise is Silas Lowe. Okay, he's a sophomore.
Right.
Our biggest guy, about 6'5.5", probably 6'6" with his hair. But he's been double digits consistently. He doesn't start, but he's the only one who can double digits consistently and rebounds and does a lot of good things.
So a real team player.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. And a lot of these guys, I mean, they saw them last night. They share the ball well, communicate well, passionate about the game, everything that you want to see. And they've been tested early with the 2-point win against 71st, and then the 1-point win over Pine Forest. As you look on down through the roster here, I mean, some of these other guys contributed. Andre Pagis, Devin Norwood came in off the bench.
Oh yeah, he gets his big minutes off the bench. He plays really hard. Deshaun George, Rovell Ray. And then, as you saw last night, if you were at the game, guys like Micah Whitehurst don't play
right.
a lot. JJ, Ray doesn't play a lot. And Cameron Lyde, those guys don't play a lot. But when they actually got in the game, you can actually tell, wow, those guys really can play.
Wow.
They really can play. It's just
so you got good depth on your bench.
Yes.
And it's only been 3 games. But how good can this team be? And I mean, when you think of your previous teams that we went deep in the playoffs and everything, I mean, is this that type of team?
Well, we don't have any superstars like we had in those teams. But, these guys, if they keep it the right head, I think they can develop into something special.
That is good stuff, Coach. Well, as looking at the time schedule, everybody's off. Thanksgiving tomorrow. You'll meet with your team what time on Friday?
Friday, walkthroughs about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Take the bus at 9, head over to Wilmington.
Wow, 2-hour trip. So you're gonna be traveling with the Bucks as they head down to Wilmington, take on West Brunswick, and so it's a tournament for the whole weekend, or just that night?
Just Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. So you don't want to. And so it's a holiday tournament, or just
a one-day showcase. We play after the girls on Friday. We play after the girls on Saturday.
Okay. Well, Coach, thanks for talking to me. I'm going to let you get out here so you can go enjoy Thanksgiving so you don't get in trouble. Coming up in the second segment, Coach Kelly Daniels is here. We're going to talk women's basketball. So we'll be right back. Take care, Coach.
All right.